Hi everybody, welcome to another by Pen and Paper Streams. I am Gamer and we are sleeping again, or rather delving into Citizen Sleeper. Where we left off previously, we had a few things our mechanist, our M45 dude had to do. I hope I could click continue. Yeah, click continue. I didn't roll over myself, which would have been awful and unrecoverable because I hate it when the game does not give me multiple save slots and options and all that. I know I would save scum, but please game, give me. Okay, we've got shitty dice, but we can deal with that. With rerolls and all that. As I said, we need to buy scrap to get a new house, but we need to discuss something with Ethan and Sabine. Let's go to Ethan thing. The compressor. Chaotic Bright Market Club. I've probably forgotten all of the voices for everybody, but we will try. The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spacers and a few trunks. Ethan is still in the same stool, in the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. He's drunk. Approach him. As you get closer, he lifts his head and says, "Sleeper!" He turns and tells you, "Time to pay it up again!" He gestures to the bartender. "Come here! Take their chits!" And no more, Ethan. Ethan doesn't even look at you. He rubs his elbows in the bar and holds his head. "Sleeper, it's been a long cycle. Enough." Ethan lets out a long sigh. He rapidly rubs his eyes with his palms. "You're right," he says quietly. "This isn't fun anymore." He reaches towards his holster. His elbows slip and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. It's not like he flopped it around previously and constantly. Like multiple times. So, Butterfingers, says Ethan, and pulls out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back. If you would. The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun. Point the gun at Ethan. "Yes, shoot, Ethan!" Now, hand Ethan the gun. We are meek, we are good, we are nice. You slap the handle of the gun back into Ethan's hand. "Thank you," he hisses. Now where was I?" He lazily swings the gun past you and the bartender. "Yes, living," he stands. Also, hi Alice. Okay. "Sleeper, well, this has been fun. I think I've wrung every last drop out of this place. Time to go home." He wiggles the gun towards the door. "Let's go see SNR. I'm staying." Ethan brings his gun to his face and rubs his eye. "Well," he says, "the bounty pays half, but..." He levels the gun. "After you," and he pulls the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. That's why the bartender was afraid. See if I was gonna try that as well, or if, you know. This is a really good setup. This is a really, really fun setup. I love it. However awful it is, it's a really good setup. Ethan smiles at him. Well, he says, and again, why are some of these ends not capitalist? and hits you in the head with the butt of the gun. Ow, I think he actually lowered my health. God damn it. Asshole. To answer a moment for the question to Alice. Is this a visual novel? Yes and no. It's not in the form of a standard visual novels. It's not me just going through text. This is a tabletop RPG because I have dice which I roll and use for skills. There are skill checks, more or less. There is like stuff like that. It's more of a choose your own adventure story, but a highly advanced. I mentioned it earlier as a Disco Elysium light, because you don't really have that much insane amount of like choices and ego fighting and stuff like that. This is like just you going through a story with your choices and allocating. Like there is again health that I need to watch out, because if it goes down I lose dice. There is food I need to watch out, because if I starve my health goes faster, and then the amount of dice I can use for skills, hacking or engineering or whatever else I do. There are quests, there is character progression, there is all that. We are currently in like third step for Ethan quest. He's a bounty hunter wanting to kill us, and we are kind of a copied consciousness into a... I don't think it's a robotic body, this is more of a cyborg, because it's a mixture of synthetic organs and I think metal components and all that. And we are trying to, you know, live a life on a station that we are on. We escaped from our indentured servitude. He wants to bring us back in. Anyway, back to the plot. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters onto the surface. The hit, a glancing blow that makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small tin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps the slate. No more playing. Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin, his face closed, his breath heavy with drink. Android cyborg, yeah. SNR just screwed me, he grins maniacally. They cancelled the contract. He stands up. They cancelled the contract! He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, speeding away towards the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Well, we've dealt with that for now. But we still have him. God damn it. Ethan's vendetta. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. Okay, at least we have 8 cycles before he comes back. Synthetic part. Okay, a cyborg would be a part human, part robot, but if you're part synthetic, part mechanic, and no organ parts, that's android. There is a difference. We still kind of have organic parts. Kind of. I still haven't figured out how that works, but we also, yeah, the main issue, we need to drink this stabilizer. That's one of our ways, the main way we recover health. Because if we don't, then our organs get rejected by the body because the passcodes are out of date or something like that. It's a very strange notion of describing the character so it would work in a sense of this world where you are kind of a human consciousness stuck as programming in a artificial body. So it's here and there and everywhere. It's all about transhumanism, more or less. Like, a lot of it is about transhumanism. And Ali says, I'll be looking, but I got to go make some breakfast and then do some organizing of the room and can get some more TikTok done. Go for it. Next one, Sabine. What's his up to 419 followers? Nice. Unit 207F. 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time, with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycles spin out. They should be here. Check the door, check the terminal. Check the terminal. You check and double check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing. Just a pale glow. The silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. Close it again. Wait. You try to settle down, to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock on the door. Run and open it. Oh shit. It's not Sabine. It's Rabia. Or Rabia. Rabia? It could probably be read differently. A loyal Yatagan lieutenant. Nope, that's not good. A figure stands in the door and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from their hand. Our local sleeper! Good to finally meet you! She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend? Of course, a mutual friend of ours. The good doctor. She looks past you in the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you're here to help? Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help with that. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole, and here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses. SNR. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabia looks away, waiting for a response. Prove it? Happily. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SNR letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data, marked with a corporate logo like a sigil of some cult. Rabia steps away from the terminal. Look, all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates. There are reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNR employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. It's viscous, clear liquid, crystalline within the glass. We will of course keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicine even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush this object with the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you'll understand. Rabia turns on her way out. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Slipper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few seconds. She slips out silently into the corridor to look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body, to reveal the tiredness beneath. This is not the first, or the last, or the third moment we've been fucking terrified out of our skin, our robotic skin, and back into it. So, yeah, I said I need this, but should I get this first? And maybe I need to fix the engage option so I'm not sucky at bartendering. Okay. Anyway, new day has dawned. We have mucho things to do and mucho money to make. Now that we don't have many expenses. This is Rabia's appointment. Constant flow of people seem to be visiting Rabia's office. You need to wait your turn. Through cycles, which is fine. I need to do some of this. I'm remembering. Not that I haven't played this in a long time. I haven't played this in a little time. But I need to figure out what else we need to do. Yet again, dispensary. 80, which is good. Torturer now runs a dispensary out of the black. He eyes you as you approach. There are no signs of being. Okay. Oh yeah, we need scrap. We need scrap to build our house. Let's try and see what we're gonna get. I think we got the shipment fragment. Scrap, random amount, and scrap item. Okay. Now we're gonna build us a house. What is that? This half-bit unit, long forgotten project. Before then, fix this place. I don't know how many times I need to fix it. Maybe it's just this one, maybe it's more. Scrap. Ah, fuck, there is more. Makeshift apartment. Wait, why isn't door? Wait, do I have a door on 0? Oh, I engage. Okay, yeah, I can do this. Makeshift apartment will lose energy. With all the materials, the unit now needs sealing section by section to be usable. It's a laborious task, but the outcome is worth it. Makeshift apartment. Once this place is sealed, it will be livable and maybe even comfortable. A place to call your own. It's a risky job. There is a lot of risky jobs I need to complete. Since I'm low on cash, I might do that a little bit. Try to get something back. I'm gonna go gambling again. At least this is gonna win me by default because I got 6. Hit stride of good games, amassing a solid stack of chits. On your final game, a decisive defeat. The other player applauds. Wait, did you just get... No, I got cash. I didn't get stabilizer. I got stabilizer from her, from Rabia. So I have 2 stabilizers now, which is good. Reroll. Yes! Love it when I reroll so well. Let's fix the house. It's gonna give me 2. And no energy loss. You track down a difficult leak and close it up. After working, you look over the back of the unit. Almost there. Okay, we've got lots of scrappers. Okay, I'm gonna need a shipment fragment, another one. So yeah, let's handle all of this. Alright, let's get shipment fragment and supply. I'm gonna buy at least 1, then I'm gonna continue working somewhere so I can get more. Well, I can go in. No, I can't. I should have used the 6 in that. Alright. Have the energy to work. Definitely need to get some more done. Let's do interface, because I'm almost done with this, and this can give me some cash and progress to the junior tech. Once the shift is on, you close your eyes and see the webs of systems running inside the sidereal horizon. You're a natural at this point, because we can see the subsystems. So we've got that. This is gonna be... I need to make the distillery, that's gonna take a while. fix this. Go to grounded +3. No. Not that much cash, which is an issue. +1. Oh. This is probably the best place I can get cash for now. 25 per dice roll is really good. So, now that we are done, we bought everything we need. We bought the scrap, we used up all the dice, we bought another shipment. I think we're gonna need a third one for the ambergris. So let's go back into the container and take a rest. I can do some self-repair. I should have done some self-repair. Damn it. I could have gotten another dice. Now I'm gonna lose a dice. Yep. Wow. Worst dice roll of all time. Like all ones. Jesus. I can do some hacking, but there's nothing to think of. So let us just... Wait, the guy image offices, he told me to come at some point, right? Shipper is able to pay for shipments. Yeah, no. Go home, disable tracker. Yeah, still. Oh no, yeah, I'm helping Fang in the other thing. Yeah, that's the information. Need to buy him. I need to get cash to unlock the third area so we can get more quests and stuff. I love it when I reroll and get this. Okay, let us check and see. Yeah, express delivery. It lowers my dice, so I need to do this. And I need to help Fang somehow. The boy is in so much trouble. Somehow you find all the units you are supposed to do, but not without cutting shit. Yeah, I know. This is getting progressively slow. Painful. Still waiting for his response. I'm gonna need to amass cash before he shows up because he's gonna trigger the next section of nastiness for me. And I need to help Fang on the way. He can get my tracker off. Low end. I haven't done anything here because I'm gonna see what this is gonna deliver me. Tangled network of service passages and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke as if it were a hive. There are no maps here. Let's see what this is gonna get me. It's dangerous, but we're gonna complete it anyway. Somehow, deep in the spoke, you come across a thoroughfare lit by work lamps, where groups pass back and forth with ease. Okay, we got something interesting. We got the Midline Freight Hub. What do you say? Transit Center. Okay, what do we have? Midline security. Stealing shipments from Midline is going to be picked up fast, even if you are careful. The systems can't be fooled for long. Okay, so steal a shipment. Oh, this is nasty work. Random items, minus condition. With so many shipments, what's one delivered package? You would have no idea. Oh, derived. Diverted. Jesus. English. I can read. Maybe. What's one diverted package? The package. You would have no idea. Yeah, you would have no idea what you're stealing, but that's part of the fun, right? Freight operator. Midline runs automated freight down in free spoke. We need skilled operators and we don't have to lift a single crate. Well, it gives me 16, which is not that great, doesn't progress anything. This is minus. If I fail, Midline security is gonna catch me, and that's it. Random items, decent reward, but not something I'm looking for now. We have the dispensary at the stall. We need to eat. That's one of the things. We need to get some cash. And also, I'm gonna check how much scrap is gonna fix me up. I'll buy one more. I'm just spending money which I don't have. Random scrap item. I could get a random scrap item. I got another shipment fragment. I don't need a fucking shipment fragment. Okay. No. This is engineering jobs gave me random. And are there any engineering jobs? This is an engineering job, but it might not work well, so it might fail. Well, not fail, not get as good of a result, but I might get a little bit of goddamn brain. I might get a random scrap. They didn't get a random scrap, but I got better results, so ship shape. That's all good, and I'm gonna get a shipment fragment for her pretty much instantly. But go back to Ephes because I need some food. He's got the best food around. The fungi. Now I need to go back and get some cash. Next day. Then I'll try and fix myself up. At least enough so I can, you know, do stuff. 2 6s. Nice. Ooh, oh yeah, Rabia. I need to go talk to her. As you approach the address Rabia gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro have, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. That is very important. Gia, please, the sleeper is here by my invitation. At Rabia command, the hand immediately loosens and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Rabia, I'm sorry. I'm changing voices constantly. Oh, this is like a outside arm design, but inside is like a robotic skeleton, which is cool. Rabia waves her away. Don't you worry, I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the tambour? They have a delivery coming, and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. So, Sleeper, you came. I'm glad. It didn't feel like an offer. I was curious. Curious is good. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people in this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. I wish you no harm. I'm glad. Rabia begins walking and gesturing for you to walk with her. She takes you down the staircase into the bustling walkways of the lowland. What do you know about Yatagan? You run the lowland? She laughs. That sounds impressive. We run out of the lowland. Yes, we don't run it. People with charts push past moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. She gestures around at the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? Erlin did. Indeed. You understand the history then? That's good. But Erlin is long dead, Sleeper, and his rules were little more than Optimist's manifesto. The eye has changed so much since then. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving. Rabia meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned, the moons of Amber and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rabia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. I do hope you don't hear the banging, because somebody has decided to do work in the middle of a bloody day. Yatagan is a child of that conflict, a child born out of need for us to stand up and claim our future. To provide security, strength, people call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. And these are like the teardrop kind of things below their eyes, which are like second eyes for the company and all that. Like, I like the detail, like every description matches the stuff in the artwork, which is cool. They did work with the artist, or maybe the artist. I actually need to look into who's working on this and all that. And if they've done something else, something cool, or they are doing more of this. Rabia catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while. Among the styles and textures of the low end, you start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. I'm building a home in low end. I took. Where do I come into this? Where is Sabine? I want to know where Sabine is, but she's not gonna tell me. So let's just ask, where do I come into this? Rabia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge, so I also believe that you wish to help keep this place safe. Pretty much. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. Well, not good, not bad. Kind of medium. I will be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yatagan. An ex-corporate employee, it goes against our nature, but their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yatagan has not lasted this long because of its charity, because if it's a charity. We offer and ask for support, and any betrayal will be treated as an attack. They were trapped, desperate. He's Yannick. I will cover for Sabine. They were trapped, desperate. Many on the IR, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full. I'm gonna have to pay for that. I don't trust anyone. Sabine found something. Please, I don't want to hear their accusations. They only wanted to escape their doubt. They would have said anything, but where are they now to stand behind their claims? I will find them. As will we. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you both come back to a staircase to the walkway where you met. You are free to go, Sleeper. I have said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yatagan, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as others flame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. She's really honorable, she's really nice. With that, Rabia leaves, slipped back into her office, while we stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story, that make up the low end. I'm building a house, Dad. Don't bug me. You drive. Rabia's office. What do I have to do there? Yatagan Insider. However you feel about Yatagan, it seems working with Rabia is your best chance to get an insight into the organization, which is true. We'll get energy if I work here. Get scrap components, which is... I don't want to collect ties, I don't want to be an enforcer of that kind. So, I'm running low on cash, which means... once again, we go gambling, or go whatever this is. Alvarum. I think that gives me the most cash by default now. Gonna do that. I'm gonna help out our dear friend and earn some more cash. I'm just getting 1 point, which is annoying. Reroll, got trash. Well, I can get something to a +3, which is decent, but since I'm good on this, I'm gonna go backing. Okay, this is a 1, that's not interesting. Average agent, that's a 2. Okay, we're not gonna get much, we're just gonna get average data, not ciphers. And we don't have enough. Wait, did I have enough? Where's the. There's some UI issues which I don't understand what are happening or bugging out. Okay, no more dice. No more scrap to buy. Fuck. That's an annoyance. No, I'm not gonna buy a shipment. I don't have cash for that. I can deposit some average data. See how much that gives me. That might also progress this. No, wait, what do I... Some group wanted average data, wasn't it? It's not her office, it's... Moment. Timber. I forgot. Was it the, no, did not, I did, no, maybe I need to complete more jobs for Yatagan. I think there was another place that asked for average data. Could be mistaken. I'm really falling back on this. I need to fix up that place. Alt exchange. No, they need scrap, and I sold a lot of it. I needed a lot of cash before. Okay, fine, I can make one. This is just food. Wait, wasn't Timber Tea House? Yeah, Timber Tea House. Yeah. Those are the guys who want these. Tracking average. You heard the Yucatan Coastal base here is paying lower residents. Okay, let's see how much we get. 10. The Tea House enforced signals for a hacker to come out to upload their hands. Widen his data streams for their system. Yeah, 10 is not that good enough, so especially when we need to buy food and all that. I'm just gonna cycle and see what happens next.